We are also getting new information about another potential communication between the special counsel and a key figure in the election investigation, an attorney for John Eastman, the lawyer who pushed that nonsensical theory, you may remember, that Mike Pence could overturn the election on January 6th. He tells NBC News that he is working on a proactive Hail Mary for his client, which is basically a memo to prosecutors explaining why Eastman committed no crimes. A lot to dig into on the legal front. Joining me now is Jonathan Dienst, NBC News Chief Justice contributor. So you've been behind a lot of this reporting, and I understand you have new reporting about the thinking of John Eastman and other defense lawyers. So what can you tell us about their expectations for a looming indictment?
Yeah, well, first, let's start with Mr. Eastman. We spoke with one of his lawyers this afternoon, and he says they're working on drafting a letter to prosecutors, both in Washington and in Georgia, both the federal
and Georgia. Okay.
And that they hope to have this memo drafted by next week to say to prosecutors, look, he did nothing wrong. He was just a lawyer, floating theories, floating ideas on how President Trump could win the argument and stay in office. There was nothing criminal here. We're not going to cop to any plea. And we hope to get this letter in front of prosecutors before they make any charging decision regarding Mr. Eastman.
Now, I know it was described as a Hail Mary. Based on your reporting, why did they think it was necessary at this point in time and at this moment?
Well, there's some legal experts who would call it a Hail Mary. The defense lawyers believe that he did nothing wrong, so they feel they want to head this off. They've not received any target letter. They've received no official communication that he is going to be charged. But clearly, based on all the reporting and all the action and activity, they clearly are concerned. So they're trying to head off a possible indictment. On that note, his lawyer and other defense lawyers representing others in this matter are of the view that, at least as far as the special counsel is concerned, special counsel sent a target letter to Donald Trump, but so far to no one else. So there is thinking, and again, it's just thinking, speculation, if you will, by these defense lawyers that perhaps the special counsel will move forward with an indictment against Trump and Trump only, and that if there's a conspiracy charge in there, it'll just not name anyone else. Why? Because there is a time frame. You know, they've got 5 years to charge anyone with a conspiracy or any of these obstruction charges. But there's a timeline for the election that's coming, along with some of the other trials regarding Donald Trump. So perhaps the special counsel needs to move quickly on the Donald Trump front, if and when he moves forward.
Well, that's pretty, I mean, let's just pause there for a moment, because that's some pretty significant reporting. I know it's based, it sounds like, on the defense attorneys of other potential targets. But what you're telling me now is that it seems like it might only be Trump. Based on their speculation, that could be.
Right. It's just speculation, because this is not coming from inside the special counsel, and only the special counsel knows. And so far, we're getting no comment from them as to if and or when. You know, there's speculation that tomorrow's Hunter Biden day, so maybe tomorrow's not the day. Will Thursday be the day? Because that's the next day the grand jury meets. But at least as far as the talk among defense lawyers, so this is just thinking among lawyers who need to represent some of these actors and players. There is some thought that perhaps the special counsel goes with Trump first and then at a later date moves with some others.
And in terms of a later date, based on your reporting and your sources, is the expectation it could be post-election, or what's the timeline they're expecting?
I think there is no set timeline. Again, if you're basing this just on statute of limitations, there's a 5-year running mark from January 6th. So you've got till, what, 2026 to make a determination. So he's got time. There's no time pressure there. But again, we don't know. The defense side all say they haven't received other target letters to these actors. Only Donald Trump has received one. It is not customary for target letters to go out. But you would think in a case like this, if others were going to be charged, perhaps the special counsel would be reaching out to some of the other parties to give them that heads up, as is customary.
Yeah.